everyone, I'm Robin Haynes. We all know that this year has been anything but typical. Along with virus concerns and isolation and social unrest, 2020 has also given us the opportunity to find the silver linings. It's why I am so excited today to showcase the 2020 Dispatch Media Group Everyday Heroes. These are people who quietly work to unite, heal, and improve our communities, and I can't wait for you to meet them. Paying it forward in the coffee drive-thru, holding a door for a stranger behind you, or sharing a smile just to be kind. These are the small ways in which we can make a difference in the lives of others every single day. And you're about to meet 25 people who have taken that a step further. And recognizing these everyday heroes is the brainchild of the Dispatch Media Group, and Ray Paprocki joining me now to share more. It is so good to have you, Ray.
Great to be here.
All right, I think that the creation of this might be the coolest part, Ray, because you, in fact, are the brainchild behind this award. So tell us about where the idea came from.
Well, it started a couple of days after the 2016 presidential election. My wife and I were having a discussion, and we were just trying to think, and what small way that we can do to do something to combat the growing divisiveness. And we came to the idea that we need to focus on the opposite, right? Which is people who are quietly, unselfishly doing these extraordinary acts that help heal, unite, and improve our communities. I took this idea from our team at Dispatch Magazines, the Columbus Dispatch, This Week, the entire company, the marketing, the shows group, everybody, and said, let's put a plan in place and make this happen. And so we produced a special publication that's devoted just to profiles of the 25 recipients. And it was important to me that that was an integral part of it because that's an historical record.
How important is it for you to get the public to see what these people are doing right here in Central Ohio?
The goal behind this is how can we help make a difference? How can we contribute more to the greater good? And we hope these stories inspire people to say, you know what, I can do a little more. I can take that extra step.
And here they are, the 25 men and women who make up the 2020 Dispatch Media Group's Everyday Heroes. 25 people that exude kindness and generosity. They have worked to heal the community they live in, work in, and love in a time when it's sorely needed. These 25 nominees join the growing class of Everyday Heroes, rounding it out to 100 during the last 4 years. Today, we acknowledge them and thank them for their contributions to Central Ohio.
Robin, these 25 Everyday Heroes are doing remarkable work that make our community so much better.
Yeah, and we will be hearing about all 25 of them throughout the next half hour, Ray. But I understand this list of 25 did have to be narrowed down to 5, one of whom will have the chance to direct $10,000 from the Columbus Foundation to the charity of their choice. So to help us introduce those 5 finalists, let's ask Dr. Amy Acton to join us. Hi, Dr. Acton.
Hi, everyone. It is just such an honor to be here for what has always been one of my favorite events of the year, honoring these residents who find their calling through inspiring others. And they do it, they don't ask for anything in return for that.
So Dr. Acton, I am going to ask you, as the director of Kind Columbus with the Columbus Foundation, right, perfectly fitting to announce the top 5. So please do us the honors.
Well, please, it's my pleasure to say, and all the stories are amazing, but our 5 Everyday Hero finalists, and this is in no specific order. First of all, Terry Kelly. Terry is a German Village resident who helps men struggling with addiction, and he helps them find faith and purpose. We also have Ali Kravanik. In her many roles, this PAL nurse has helped those who are less fortunate feel important and feel loved. We also have Siat Muhammad. He is a soccer coach offering hope and inspiration to young people on the West Side. Next is Fred Reeser. After suffering a tragic loss, this hilltop business owner founded a nonprofit to serve the homeless population. And finally, we also have Sandy Waters Holly. She's been serving others, a lifelong mission of caring for others for this retired teacher and counselor. And I just think, again, all 25 are amazing, and I hope everyone gets to hear each of their stories.
Dr. Acton Ray, thank you so much for helping us shine a light on these incredible nominees. Now, let's learn a bit more about those finalists that sit atop the list of everyday heroes. And first up is Terry Kelly. After recovering from his own battle with alcoholism, Kelly felt a passion to help those in the same situation. Today, he is the heart and soul behind Serenity Street.
So you OD'd 12 times.
12 times in a month and a half.
In a month and a half.
3 of them were DUIs.
3 of them were DUIs.
Yeah.
And then they called the police. And
Yeah.
Who Narcaned you?
The paramedics.
The paramedics.
Yeah.
Narcaned you back. So you should be dead. Yeah.
Should be.
Terry is probably the most humble, easy to talk to man I've ever met in my entire life. You know, he's very uplifting. You know, he can turn any situation and turn it into good. Terry is honestly somebody that has come into my life, and I never seen it coming, and honestly has been one of God's greatest blessings in my life.
What's going on, guys? The main reason I got into this is my personal experience with alcoholism. And by God's grace, I got sober in 1990. I'm actually coming up on 30 years this month, the 16th. So I was 6 years clean and sober, and I just had a passion to want to help men and women, but men in this case, who were in a similar situation to me, but didn't have any resources. And I had the time and the resources and the desire and was willing to make the commitment to make this happen.
You know, people are dying, but people are still dying every day from this disease of alcoholism and addiction. He's the front lines. You know, guys go to treatment and they have nowhere to go, and their families don't want anything to do with them, and Terry gives them an opportunity to build their life back up and to leave with something that they can stand on, a foundation.
More inspiring stories ahead with a young soccer coach using his own life's hurdles to help others overcome theirs, as My Project USA gains ground on the West Side. And a retired Columbus City school teacher continues her mother's mission of servitude. With a Bible and a passion, she has now helped clothe thousands of people through Project Help. We can't forget the 20 very deserving semi-finalists. Here are the first 7. Katie Beaumont is a creator of the nonprofit At Home by High. Inspired by caring for her own aging mother, she helps adults 50 and older stay in their own homes rather than face the isolation assisted living can bring. Jack Brown turned a childhood hobby into a retirement profession. The 73-year-old volunteers his time with Westerville schools and libraries, teaching kids all about science. Gloria Butler just wants to make sure people in need have furniture in their homes. This 78-year-old has dedicated 25 years without pay to the St. Martin de Porres Outreach Mission Center in Plain City. Jake Clark is an Army veteran dedicated to helping others with post-traumatic stress. In 2012, Clark founded Save a Warrior, an intensive retreat program designed to help reduce suicides among vets, active duty military, and first responders. Clintonville's Patsy Deerhake made the list for turning a giant puddle into a life-giving wetland. This devoted woman has also helped seniors in need and mentored a teen aging out of foster care. Mom Tia Gannon is known for turning class parties into movements of generosity. She's helped collect and deliver school supplies intended for in-person activities to countless kids in need, ensuring they would succeed in a virtual classroom. And John Hampson's heart is almost bigger than he is. This towering force is a director of the Purple Door Free Store at Grove City United Methodist Church, providing free clothes and a helping hand to families in the Southwestern City School District.
We really are so happy to support Everyday Heroes because together it's just regular people. And I think sometimes of our own line workers, we actually refer to them as everyday heroes too. They are out there getting that electricity for people. And in terms of everyday heroes, when we work together, we can really brighten futures for our communities, and it really is a way to bring about change in communities for the better. This is a company made up of people. It's not just wires, it's not just poles, it's people putting their care, their heart back into the communities where we serve people with our electricity and our energy, but they're also serving people with their own personal energy. And so I would urge people where they can and where they feel comfortable and safe, go out and do it. It is good for the heart, it's good for the people, it's good for the community.
CME was founded by what we call everyday heroes, firefighters, 85 years ago. So when somebody said, hey, would you like to honor everyday heroes? We're like, we're in, because it just makes so much sense. Really, we think of our firefighters, our police officers, our city employees, county employees as everyday heroes, but then getting a chance to honor some of the people in our community that really do special things every day and most often don't get the recognition they deserve. It was a perfect opportunity for us to participate. I've had the chance for the last 3 years to see the nominees and see the award winners, just so special. And we think about Central Ohio being an incredible place to live and work and worship and have fun. And it really is that because of the people that are in this program, right? The people that are giving them time and energy and resources to help make this a great place to live. Having this program, which is honoring some of the amazing things that these people have done in our community, is really, really special. Congratulations to all of our finalists.
You don't get to decide where you're born or what you get in life, but you do get to decide how you act on it. Siyat Muhammad is just 22 years old. His accolades list him as a community leader, a soccer coach, mentor, and role model. His lot in life, now his motivation for giving hope to young people on the West Side.
I'm the Hilltop Tigers soccer coach, and I work within the Wedgwood community. So, I have many job titles, so I can't just say I'm a coach. And I feel like I'm a community liaison. I'm a father figure to majority of the kids I work with. And I also work for Columbus City Schools, so when I'm not outside in the field or when I'm not in the neighborhood doing community service, then I'm inside the school building educating majority of my students. I mean, I was raised in this community. That's the only place I really know. It wasn't the best environment. It's not somewhere where a kid should grow up and see some of the things I've seen growing up, but it's where I call home. The reason why I do what I do is because majority of my childhood, it wasn't, all rainbows and butterflies. Like my childhood wasn't the best. I didn't make the best choices. You could say I was a product of my environment, and it was because of the lack of guidance and leadership within our community. So I made a promise to myself, as soon as I graduate high school, I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna let these kids know that there's more to life than just what you see. I mean, I love working with the kids. That's my whole life now. I wouldn't wanna do anything else.
Sandy Waters Holly had helped her mother get donations to needy people in Columbus since 1984. Through Project Help, the duo clothed thousands during their Christmas season giveaway every year. Then, when her mother passed away in 2005, she thought the ministry may die with her. That is, until she opened a Bible.
Hey, we got our work cut out for us. We got a lot of kids that need these clothes. Aren't this nice? When I meet people, when I have them come in, I see people's faces. A lot of them are down. You never know when somebody doesn't have anything to give to their kids. You can see it in their face. This may be my last hope. I don't know what I'm going to do.
So her passion drives this organization, and I think I can probably speak for everybody that, we just love her to death, and we love her vision, and we're here to support her and to support the people that she reaches out to touch.
They come up to me and they're crying, and I pray for them. Each person that comes through that door, I ask permission, can I pray for you? I give them a hug. I said, God's with you. Don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. I said, we all got problems. Everybody got bills. Everybody got a sickness in their family. Everybody got a family member that may need some help. I said, but it's going to be okay. I said, we're not here to look down on you. We're here to lift you up.
I started volunteering for Project Help. There was something particular going on in my family that was very painful, and Project Help helped me. Being around Sandy helped pull me through that particular time in my life. Seeing how she treated the people, it wasn't condescending, you know, the way she treats them, it's just nothing but pure love. Pure love, pure love. Nothing but pure love, pure love.
Up next, we'll see how a Hilltop business owner turned a tragic loss into something beautiful, as the creation of Jordan's Crossing helps feed the homeless population on the West Side. We'll also meet a Powell nurse whose native language is kindness, as she helps those grieving a loss from suicide. We continue acknowledging our semi-finalists with Dawn Heideman, a Columbus City Schools teacher who helps at-risk students, investing $10 grand of her own money every year for her Be the One program at Walnut Ridge High School. Singer Katanya Ingram uses her voice to give back to the community. From the protests in downtown Columbus after George Floyd's death to the pandemic, her portable speaker and microphone have brought a divided community together. For the better part of 25 years, Kathy Jackson has hustled around Central Ohio, linking people to resources. From food donations to handing out nearly 200,000 bras and feminine hygiene products out of the trunk of her car last year, she will stop at nothing to help those in need. Booty Januar owns Great Harvest Bread Company in Hilliard. He wakes up before the sun rises every day to bake an extra 70 loaves a week to help feed hungry mouths. Dublin's Mark King is the founder of Christine's Christmas. This concert, in memory of a neighbor who died in a house fire, raises thousands of dollars every year for nonprofits helping kids. Vincenzo Landino helped create Can't Stop Columbus, a Twitter campaign aimed at helping small businesses find solutions to the economic effects of COVID-19. And gentleman John Newman doesn't let age stop him from helping others. This 80-year-old is one of the most active volunteers at Dreams on Horseback, an equine therapy program in Blackland.
On behalf of the Columbus Foundation and our entire family here, this is something we look forward to every year, putting a spotlight on people in our community in ways big and small, everyday heroes that make a difference. And I can tell you that for me, this award has always been a special one to read about, because I really believe that it's these sorts of acts that are keeping us, especially in these hard times, really connected to one another. Every kind of act that is done out of kindness and generosity that really, sees the humanity in the other is worthy, and we need all of it. We benefit from all of the generosities. And this is what community is. It's what makes Columbus special, I believe. Again, I just look at these stories as really being what we're about and what will help us get through.
I'm a fan of Everyday Heroes personally, and then professionally, COSI is equally a fan of Everyday Heroes. Here's why. We celebrate everyday scientists, men and women who might live in your community. They're working at OSU in labs, they're working at Battelle or CAS. So when I learned about Everyday Heroes, that resonated with me personally, because finding your neighbor, finding that person in your block or in your community that's not a famous movie star, actor, or actress, or an athlete, but has done a tremendous thing to significantly impact the human condition by their benevolence, their care, and their compassion, that's where the rubber hits the road. And when you talk about role models, hey, I like LeBron James, but I'm not gonna be LeBron James, right? I like Jay-Z, but I can't flow on a mic like that. It's not gonna happen. But an everyday hero, I can connect to. And so especially when you're talking about inspiring all of us in society to do the right thing, when you think about coronavirus and this pandemic, imagine you have an everyday hero down the block who you can say, him or her, wow, I can emulate that.
Losing a child is something no parent should have to face. Yet when Fred Reeser lost his 21-year-old son to a car accident, he used his grief for motivation. And today, he hands out 10,000 meals a month to the hungry and homeless on the West Side.
6, 7, 8. The need was just like immediate. As soon as we moved in here, people just started showing up. And it easily went from maybe 10 or 20 a day up to literally, there'll be 600 or 800 people go through here every day for food or some kind of encouragement or treatment. 2010, I had the loss of my son in a car accident, of all things. But part of my energy here is still has him every day. You know, he's still part of what we do on a day-to-day basis. Even in the bad times, they're still good. Even in, you know, when you have a family that's maybe breaking up, at the end of the day, what is it that we were able to pour a little bit of love or you know, take that despair out and then just fill it with some compassion. So everyone deserves to have, at the end of the night, a place to lay their head, where they don't have to worry about what they're. I like for them to know they don't have to worry about their next meal. What would that be like to know? Well, that would be a dream. The acceptance of the public, you know, I think to be able to say that these are still people and they are real and they do have goals, and let's maybe become part of the body to see if we can't make that happen.
Allison Kravanek is a Powell nurse whose favorite thing to do is make others feel valued and loved. Not only is she known for her random acts of kindness, but she also created a nonprofit for those who've lost someone to suicide. To her, life is truly all about the little things.
My goal in life is for people to look at me and see my actions, my words, my love, and see Christ. I don't need to tell them about it. I need them to see it in what I do and what I say and how I'm there for them. When somebody feels valued and loved it's like my drug. That's the thing that makes me the happiest in life.
I'm handing out some bags. It's kind of like a little goodie bag. There's just some good stuff inside here.
That's good.
Would you like one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
A lot of them I try to be as unidentified as possible, so I'll leave things or pay for things and just do it anonymously.
Hi, bud. Saw your sign. I'm just handing out some bags. There's some goodies in here. There's water. There's some food. There's just a couple odds and ends things you might need.
It means a lot to me. I mean, you know, I haven't looked in it, but I'm sure it's some good stuff, you know.
My random acts of kindness, yes, they're physical acts, but my goal is not to give a homeless person a bag of goodies. My goal is to make somebody feel valued and special and noticed.
Hey, the Lord's center here. You know, I truly believe stuff like that. I pray every night, and I know there's somebody up there that cares about you and me.
I think oftentimes people just need to know that somebody out there loves them and sees them. My goal is not for people to remember me, it's to remember what I did and how I made them feel.
So much generosity, so many selfless acts. It has been incredible getting to know these everyday heroes that exist right here in Central Ohio. And while they are all worthy, we know that only one can be given the grand prize of $10,000 from the Columbus Foundation to give to the charity of his or her choice. So keep it right here to learn who has earned the coveted title of 2020 Dispatch Media Group's Everyday Hero. And now for the final 6 semifinalists. Spencer Stevenson kicks things off. This Bexley teen is a regular volunteer at New Life Community Outreach and gave 60 hours of his time to Mid-Ohio Food Collective at the start of the pandemic. Tammy Tucker is one of the kind hearts and busy hands behind the Hilliard Food Pantry. Her leadership allowed them to pivot quickly and meet the demand when food insecurity skyrocketed. Amy Twyman leads the team at the Inns at Sharon Brook and Chapel Grove in Licking County. When the pandemic hit there, Twyman, her family, and her 43 staffers locked the facility's doors to anyone on the outside and isolated right alongside their residents to prevent the spread of the disease. Amy Watson is a furloughed librarian who spent her days hand-making masks to keep thousands of Central Ohioans safe. And Weta Wheeler is an incredibly active volunteer who not only lends her time to any place that needs it, but she's known to get other volunteers to do their best, be it at the shelter, food pantry, or Ronald McDonald House. And finally, Steve Yee joins the list. The owner of Chai Thai Restaurant regularly covers the cost of school lunches for kids in need and supports dozens of youth athletic teams in New Albany.
We feel like Everyday Heroes aligns exactly with our mission to engage, again, the mobilizing and caring power of our community. And we have always stood for volunteerism and know how important it is for our nonprofit sector that is always under-resourced. They depend a lot on people to raise their hand and offer the talent that they have that comes in many different forms. And as an example, if you go to Volunteer United today, you'll find opportunities to volunteer throughout the community that also include virtual opportunities. So there's a way for you to stay engaged virtually. But the nominees all of them, and then the finalists, just warms your heart about the way in which people are willing to give to their community. Everyday Heroes aligns with the mission of United Way, and it's easy to volunteer. And we think that all of our volunteers are everyday heroes.
The 2020 roller coaster rides on with a global pandemic, a heated presidential campaign, and widespread economic uncertainty. Stick with the Columbus Dispatch for the trusted coverage you need for the topics we're all talking about. Visit dispatch.com/subscribe to get started today.
All right, we have met our Everyday Hero semifinalists and the finalists, so there's really only one thing left to do. This is the big moment, right? To help me with that, I would like to bring back Ray Paprocki from the Dispatch Media Group, along with Dr. Amy Acton with the Columbus Foundation, to announce our 2020 Everyday Hero.
Well, on behalf of Dispatch Media Group and the Columbus Foundation, it is my honor to announce our 2020 Everyday Hero, Miss Sandy Waters Hawley.
Congratulations, Sandy. So well deserved.
And once everybody dries their tears, Sandy, congratulations. We are so thrilled.
Thank you so much. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have.
Going through this year has been really tough with the pandemic. And not only the pandemic, but I've had 3 cousins that died from COVID. My husband's sick. My aunt is 90 years old, she's sick. And I'm running back and forth every day trying to take care of them, trying to help my brother, trying to do Project Help, helping the kids at OSU. Most of them have lost their jobs at Scholar House. And so I said, Lord, how am I going to help people? I said, Lord, what can I do? And the Lord said, just trust me. Just trust me. I know I said, this ministry doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Lord. It doesn't belong to me. I'm just an earth angel. That's all I can do. I'm an old earth angel at that. At 70 years old, I just thank you so much. You don't know how grateful my heart is. You don't know how grateful I am. I'm just an ordinary person, and I believe ordinary people can make a difference in the world.
And talk about an inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you want to see more of Sandy's story and those of all of her classmates, search Everyday Heroes 2020 at dispatch.com. And as always, be thankful for today.